Good morning. What's up, everybody? It's Vman1313, and good morning from I don't know where I am, but it's nice. Not where I was wanting to be camped, not where I wanted to camp, not where I wanted to go. It was a little bit later than I wanted to when I got in, but it works. It's a dead-end road, I think. I'm gonna go ride it and see, but I think it's a dead-end road according to the map. So I felt pretty good here. Yes, I got in late enough that it wasn't dark, but it was about to be, and I had already eaten. I ate on the road, and I just climbed in, watched movies, and went to sleep. Didn't even make a fire. Woke up late today. It's 8 o'clock. Woke up around 7 something and just kind of got going. Did my business, did my stuff. Teeth washed, brushed. And so, yeah. Hiking. Top of a hiking. Funny, I found some Legos right here. Right here. And, you know, kids playing. I wonder if they dropped it or something. Oh, there's another one. Hey, it's a good one. That's wild. Funny the things you can find in the middle of nowhere. This is a pretty spot. It's froggy. Pretty spot. It was really nice sound. Yeah, not a bad spot. It was level enough up there, and little rocks kids painted, I guess. That's pretty cool. You gotta keep the kids entertained, you know. A little dumb to do that, teach them that. That's not a good thing to teach them. All they're learning is to paint rocks, and they'll grow up doing graffiti. But it is pretty. Another little camp ring over here. Some good firewood in a 2x4. Yeah. Yeah. Good sounds. Pretty spot. Let's hit up the creek crossing. Water crossing, and start our day just like that. Whew. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Let's go hit up some roads and see what we get into. Alright, here we go. Let's go. Yeah, that's a little creek crossing right next to the camp spot. Now let's get going. See how fast 2 gets going. Will they hold it back? What's the speed on 2? I didn't bring breakfast. That's crazy, man. It's always my favorite thing to bring to cook. I woke up late, so it doesn't really matter, but still. A little later than I want to get going, 8 o'clock. We got some, today's going to be exploring more than it's going to be what I did yesterday. Yesterday was all about going to places I've been to before and re-checking them out, re-experiencing them. And today is going to be more about finding new spots, and I already found one new spot. Pretty nice, pretty nice. It's funny how quiet it was, and that's hard to sleep. For me, it's hard to sleep in quietness. Isn't that something? I I need some sound. Wasn't far in here. I had seen this area in a video. One of my favorite ways to find things. Not my favorite, but one of my favorite ways to find stuff. And thought that was it. I got lucky because they said something on the thing about the name of the road, and so that's how I got lucky with that one. Yeah. I don't know if this is just a little bit of a road and then it keeps going. It shows it going pretty far, but you never know. Ooh, starting out hot here. Solid there. We're in four-wheel high. Nice. I know it doesn't look like a steep hill, but that's a steep hill. Camera never shows the steepness. You listen to that motor though. She working it. I don't want to get too crazy in here. This is pretty bad. I think we're done for today. I don't want to get too crazy. I'm by myself. I've never been in here. Does it get worse? Things I'm learning right now. You can turn this thing. It might make a 30-point turn, but you could turn it in a pretty tight spot. And down we're gonna go. First part here is the tough part. There's a big rock right under us. This was fun though, don't get me wrong, but how much am I willing to get into here by myself? This is gonna have to be, bring somebody with me to this, because this is pretty hefty here. And I definitely don't want to be stuck in a bad situation, get myself in a bad situation. Okay, well, I'm not gonna call that a bust, just a more technical that I want to get into by myself. More technical than I want to get into by myself. Definitely, clearance is definitely not something I'm worried about that much. That was pretty fun, but a little bummed. But definitely, I was just talking about that this morning. You know, at what point do you sacrifice your vehicle or yourself, right? Like, what if something happened on that hill and busted out? You know, I'm by myself. What if something happened to the vehicle out there? Trying to get through all that crap by myself. So yeah, chicken, you can say what you wish. Break. Yeah, I wasn't gonna make it. I had to pee bad. Little spot here. I don't think that I would camp here, but I think it's, I don't know what it is. Little parking spot. I don't know if it's a private place or what. Didn't have any signs. Sure is pretty. Some pretty rocks in here. So a little reflection on yesterday. Yesterday was a great day. And I'm not sure if it's just the way I am. I always like reflecting on what I did and things I shouldn't have done, things I should have done. I don't know if that's part of my profession. I'm a school teacher, and I've had some great principals that were always like, you know, the reflection was a big deal, and we talked a lot about, you know, let's look at your lesson or your thing or whatever you did, and look at the great things that happened in it, look at the good things that happened in it, and then look at the things that you can make better. And that was just I've had a couple of really good administrators, principals that done that, but I don't know if I've always done that. So either way, yesterday was a great day. Yesterday was all about going to places I've been to, but I haven't been to in a while. And so I really enjoyed what I did yesterday. Is like, all the things I did was like seeing them new. And you know, a lot of things like the water crossings, they change so, they change so much from season to season, after a rain, after a hurricane, after a dry route, you know, dry time. And so seeing them is always new. But a lot of the sites, I mean, I've been on those roads many times, and it was still like first time, because I haven't been going up here that much, or up there that much. Today I'm on the other side, back into North Carolina, and I'm headed to roads that I've never been on, exploring new places that I've never been to. And so this is going to be a little bit different than yesterday. Yesterday I kind of knew what I was getting into, and the reflection was more on the Tahoe than on myself, I think, because the Tahoe impressed me yesterday with a couple of places where where she had to get down and dirty or get up and dirty. There was a couple places that really tested probably me more than the Tahoe, because the Tahoe walked right through it like it was nothing, so she still had some capabilities left. They were probably 7 or 8 out of 10s of what I did, so I mean, it wasn't, maybe less. And so one of the things I want to think about was putting myself in dangerous situations, or putting myself not in danger of, well, yeah, I mean, danger in health, danger in injury, but that also danger in the vehicle. Now, you know, hey, the vehicle explodes, but you're still alive. You know, if you have a wreck and you're still alive, hey, that's number one, right? So flipping it over, doing things that I could get hurt, I never felt like I was in any of that. There was one time for about half a second where I was going on that little ledge, and there was a washout, and I barely fit through there. As I went through it, I thought, ooh, what if this thing was soft? And, you know, I quickly went through it. But what if it would have been soft or something? That would not have been good. That's the only time. Everything else was fine. There was a time where she slid down into a rut, and I thought, ooh, I could have flipped, like I could have laid her over on that. That could have not been good. You know, I could get hurt on that. But besides that, you know, I kept myself safe. But keeping the vehicle safe is also, to me, important. I got to get home. I'm not rich. I just said I'm a school teacher. I'm not rich. And so here I am driving a 20-something-year-old vehicle, because if I was rich, I'd probably be driving a Gladiator or a Bronco or a 4xe 2024, 2025 Wrangler, you know, like, yeah, I love this thing, and this thing has character and everything else, but the truth of the matter is, I can't afford the vehicles that I want. I mean, if I was rich, I'd have a Grenadier. That's what I would be driving right now. If I had any choice of all the vehicles, it would probably be a Grenadier right now, with a 4xe right behind that. And if I was super rich, I'd have them both in my stable. I'd have one of each, you know. And so anyway, I was pretty proud of the Tahoe. The water was not deep, so the crossings themselves were not the problem. The problems I ended up facing were getting into the water or out of the water. The little lips were pretty muddy, wet, steep, and she did a great job. She did a great job up and down them. I was in 4 high, and I never felt like I lost any just seeing where I'm at, making sure I'm in the right places. I never felt like I lost any traction, you know, where she was just going to start spinning. I did try to climb one little hill in 2-wheel drive. That was on purpose to see, and she's like, no, bro, come on, get real. Get real. But yeah, it was a great day. I really enjoyed it. And I say all that for the newbies, really, and for some people that have been doing it for a long time, truthfully. Sometimes I feel like people think that they've done it all, so they don't have anything else left to learn. And there's the teacher in me coming out, you know, but you can always learn something new. You know, 29 years I've been teaching, and I saw a few things this year that I've never seen before in education. 29 years in the first time. So, I mean, and there was a few things. So, you can always learn something new. That applies to everything in life, I think. And especially here, you know, in a place where it can be dangerous, and or you can, you know, understand what it was showing there. Oh, I know where I'm at. That's that cool, man. Yeah, that place was cool back through there. Hey. Back into North Carolina. Raise the roof.
Welcome to North Carolina.
Welcome to North Carolina. Nantahala National Forest. Wow, it like switched all of a sudden. Scenic area. Nice. So yeah, and then so, you know, veteran people that have done this forever can still learn something, where newbies can learn a lot, you know. And I touched on it yesterday, but I really thought about it. There was a new person that had taken their vehicle out to the right place. They took it out to an off-road park and got way in above their heads, and you can do that easily. People on Instagram put stuff up and it makes it look easy. GoPros, these action cameras, don't really always capture the difficulty that we go through. Like yesterday, I looked at the pictures, and as I was pulling film off the camera, tells you how old I am, right? As I was pulling some of the footage off the camera, beautiful. Yeah, y'all don't get to see it yet. Some of the stuff that felt difficult, or was at least, you know, not super easy, looks so tame on the video, you know, and it's like, ooh, no wonder, you know, people think, oh, it's nothing, and then all of a sudden it's like, it ain't just nothing, it's something. And so, yeah, reflect on what you do, you know, think about yourself. Did you make some good choices, or did you make some bad choices? If you're the ones that are out trying to break your stuff every day, I'm not talking to you. You got deep pockets, or you're great ranchers. You know what you're doing, so go for it. But for those of us that can't fix our vehicles ourselves, or don't have the deep pockets to just rebuy everything or fix everything, you know, reflection's sometimes good to think about. All right, what kind of choices did I make here? Were they good choices, bad choices? The roads that I chose to go on and stuff, did I make good choices on those? The water crossings I did. Oh man, these people, the guys trying to be nice and truck trying to be nice, pulling over, letting us by. That was nice of them. These three of us, all of us waved. So yeah, think about what you do, and safety-wise especially.